Hey guys, Jamiy, and today on Roblox we're playing some more Loomian Legacy, as you can see on the screen right now. Also, I'm going to be doing a video today where I show off the newest Loomians that are in the game. Obviously, there's only new Loomians in the Graveyard and the Legendary, so we technically only have like 2 Loomians, and just 2 of them can evolve twice. So technically, in this update we've got 5 Loomians, 2 Halloween Loomians. I'm not going to talk about the Halloween Loomians, they're the exact same as their normal counterparts. It's just the skin change, the stats, the moves, the typing is the exact same. So we're just going to be talking about Ursol, Revenine, and Kizuna in this video. So I guess I'll just hop straight into it, just make it pretty short and sweet. So first up is going to be Ursol. So also put up on screen, and I'm actually going to put images up now just so you know what Loomian actually is. Also the evolution of Fancub. This one, there's not really much it can do. There's some like pretty good moves I personally think it gets, which is great. So obviously, I would probably just recommend to run this thing quick. It hasn't got really amazing bulk on it, so it can probably take a couple of hits from certain things, but probably not from most things. So I would just probably recommend just nimble, make this thing as quick as possible, or you could go the brawny route to make it hit a little bit harder. Also, the personality is up to you, but I would just go 200 speed, 200 melee attack, and then 100 probably just into the health, honestly. So, also, I guess okay stab. It doesn't get great stab right now. So, also, hop kick is its best brawler move, and phantom slash is its strongest spirit move. So, lows are a good stab. You have quick punch, which is a priority move, so you can have a little priority move if you really want to as well. Again, it is stab, so it's going to get boosted a little bit. Other than that, look, there are a couple of other moves. Also, you can run dodge, which you can run dodge on everything. You can run chase down, which it was pretty much is pursuit. Now, some people are a little upset that it actually gets it because it actually has a nuller signature move, which I'll talk about. But chase down also, if you don't know what it does, if the opponent swaps out in that turn, it will still get hit. So if something's like one shot or if something's in range for you, so you know that your soul's gonna take something down on their team and they don't want it to go down, and you predict a swap, you can go for chase down. If they swap it out and withdraw it and swap out into something else, chase down will still hit them during that swap out phase before they also get swapped. And I'm pretty sure actually as well doubles your power, which is pretty cool. All on that low, obviously you can run Sharpen, just to boost your stats if you really want to as well. That's a pretty good move. Or you could run Steel Trap, which is actually its signature move right now. So Steel Trap doesn't do any damage, it's just a steel type move, or a metal move even, and it traps the opponent. So obviously you don't want to run Steel Trap and Chase Down, probably wouldn't recommend it. You want to run one or the other. Eventually more things will get chased down, but also right now chase down is only on Ursol. Eventually it'll probably be like an MM, so they can teach it to other stuff, and maybe some of the dark types like Dragoon might learn it down the line as a higher level up move once we actually unlock that. So it's up to you really. Apparently Steel Trap right now is kind of broken, and what I mean that is that if you use apparently, I haven't really tested this out myself, but apparently some guys have been saying that if you use Steel Trap on someone else, so if your soul uses Steel Trap on, let's just say, a Revenine, one of the new Loomians, even if your soul faints or you swap it out into something else, Steel Trap is actually apparently indefinitely trapping the opponent, and no matter what, they cannot swap out until they either faint. The only exception to this is Zulong, because they can Ancient Roar out. So yeah, that isn't actually meant to be intended. We're probably going to change that, so it'll probably be like maybe 4 turns of it indefinitely trapping. That seems better, maybe. I don't know if that's still broken, so we'll play around with it, but Yosol, I don't really see it going. I can't really see it getting used too much right now, but it has got a little nice trick, I guess, with the Steel Trap. It also gets slash if you wanted low coverage, but slash isn't really gonna too much coverage. All on that low for the ability, obviously the normal ability is Sharp Claw, so it does a little bit more damage on contact moves, I believe. And for its secret ability, which actually I have, is Terrifying. Fan Cubs is adorable. It's actually pretty easy to find in the wild. If you find one that uses and it has the adorable ability and it lowers your defense, there's the hidden ability to catch it. Once you evolve it, it'll be terrifying, so also it's kind of like Intimidate. It'll lower the opponent's attack stat, which is pretty cool. That's a really good ability in my opinion. So that's going to be great. For the items, I would probably recommend Spirit Essence. It's not really worth trying to make this thing bulky. I mean, there might be sets that I haven't really tried. Like maybe you could like make it bulky and give it like a shield or armor to make it live something, but it doesn't really seem worth it right now at the very least to do that. So I'll just recommend maybe Spirit or Brawler Essence depending on which one you want. So that's it for your soul. Next up is going to be a Revenine. So Revenine, I kind of really like. Some people say that its stats aren't amazing, but I kind of like it, and I've been playing around with it a little bit, and I think this is the exact set that I'm going to run myself. So for Revenine, I've gave it 160 speeds. There's a reason for that. Obviously, having it quick is nice, but I kind of want to... No, I want to put like some more stats into melee attack as well. So pretty much my set that I've made myself is 160 speeds, 200 range attack to let it hit as hard as possible, and 140 melee attack. Then also for the personality is nimble. This Revenine set will outspeed what you need to. So for example, it will outspeed a pure nimble, or it'll outspeed a nimble max speed Dragoon. Dragoon also can be usable now. It has got a buff, so it is a bit stronger now. The other things that you could potentially outspeed is, people also love Tatab, but before this update, most people ran a brawny Tatab, not a nimble one. This set can outspeed a brawny Tatab, but you don't really need to outspeed a Tatab for the fact that Jungle Jutsu doesn't hit because it's Spirit type, and its Grass type moves don't really hit it too hard anyway. So Revenine can actually take down a Tatab, so you don't need to worry about Tatab too much. But the other one is, I guess, Volcaloa. Wouldn't really recommend to staying against a Volcaloa, but if it's weak, I guess, and you know it's a brawny one, this will also outspeed it. So the speed, it doesn't really need to be as quick as it really can. The only other issue, I guess, is if it's Ravine versus Ravine. Obviously, the quick Ravine is going to go first, but I kind of offset the 40 speed into melee type because it can be a mixed set. In fact, it actually doesn't get a good range type, fire type move yet, so I'll talk about it in a second though. So personality, I would recommend Nimble. Ability, Temper is probably the best one to get. It's one of its normal abilities. If it goes under half health, it will get a boost to its range attack by +1 stage, so it can hit things 1.5 times harder. Really, really nice. And for the item, you could either run Spirit Essence or Fire Essence. It's really up to you, honestly. I'm probably just going to mix and match just to see which one I prefer better. For the Muzzle, let's go into it. So, like I said, it doesn't actually get any fire range type moves. So the only fire move that we actually have is Blaze Chomp. And to get it, you have to level up Wisp up to level 30 before you evolve it. Other than that, also, you have a choice between Ghostly Howl and Spectral Burst, which you get. Ghostly Howl is its signature move, Spectral Burst is level 39. Spectral Burst hits a little bit harder, uses more energy, and has a chance to decrease your opponent's special defense, pretty good. Or you can run Ghostly Howl, it's like 5 less power, it's 95% accuracy, but it has a chance to daze your opponent, which is basically like they're stunned, or confused even. So again, kind of depends on you. I'm probably again going to mix and match. The stun could also help win quite a lot of battles, but the 5% accuracy doesn't know if it's going to be worth it, but it is a little bit less energy as well, so take that into consideration. So it depends on which one you want to run. Other than that, obviously, it gets Shadow Sprint, which is a priority spirit type, could be worth using. You have also Final Ruse, if you want to just be annoying, I guess, because also, again, it is fairly quick, so if you do need to KO something when your Revenine is really... When Revenine is low on health and you know it's not going to be able to KO something, you could just Final Ruse. That's pretty good. It is fairly quick as well. Other than that, there really isn't any other moves except from Accelerate. So again, what you could probably do as well is like you could run maybe like max range attack, max melee attack, and the rest in health, and then run accelerate. Pretty sure after like one accelerate, you outspeed everything in the game. So that could be an option, but again, you have to get the setup. But at the same time, if you do go for accelerate and you get hit to under half your health, you are gonna get like a range boost, and then you can also run smart, so you can hit even harder. So again, could be an option, but it's gonna be risky. Plus, there's quite a lot in the game right now that can actually tank it. So again, be aware of that. So I would probably recommend like maybe a Blaze Chomp, Ghostly Howl or Spirit Burst, and then I think Shadow Sprint is gonna be a good move to have. And then maybe Final Ruse. Again, you can throw dodge onto it. You can run dodge on everything. That's the setup that I would run, so there is that. And now, onto the last one, which obviously is the Kizuna, which probably one of the interesting, I guess, Loomians. I mean, it hits like a truck. It has 139 ranged attack, which is the highest in the game right now. Previously, I'm pretty sure it was Valkyrie that owned this, which also Valkyrie has 125. And actually has one high speed, so Valkyrie can outspeed this thing. So, for this exact set, it's kind of weird. It hits like a truck, it has quite a lot of energy, so you don't really have to worry about like the energy drain move, or energy draining moves. Plus, as well, it actually has an ability that you can restore energy. So, again, it can also hit pretty hard on melee attack, but this is how I would probably run it. Now, it depends. The normal ability and the hidden ability, or the secret ability, are both, the hidden ability is more useful, but there's like, I guess there's two different sets. If you're gonna run a normal Kizuna, I would recommend, actually probably the exact same stats except from one difference. But if you're running a normal Kizuna, 200 speed, 200 range attack, and then the rest of the 100 into melee attack just to hit harder, you could probably like maybe take a little bit out of range attack and put some into melee attack if you think Thunder Crash can take something down, or a melee move can take something else down instead of one of its range attacks. But for example, for the personality, on the normal one, you would want to run Nimble to make it as quick as possible. You can run Smart if you really want to just make it hit even harder, but Nimble to outspeed as much as it can seems pretty nice. Other than that, obviously, the ability, this normal ability, if it gets hit with a 5-type move, it absorbs it, doesn't take damage, and it will refill some of its energy bar, which is pretty good. So again, I guess technically it could have been better, I guess, taking some energy away with that ability. That would have made more sense, but oof. Didn't really think about that until now, to be honest. But if you're in the secret ability, it's basically like Motor Drive. It's called Rechargeable, but it's basically like Motor Drive from Pokemon. I completely forgot about this because I'm pretty sure only Electivire gets it. And I used Electivire in Big Bronze, but I don't really use it that much. But basically, if it gets hit with an electric type move, it's the exact same. It absorbs it. It doesn't take damage, and it will increase its speed. So if you have the secret ability, I would recommend running the Smart. If you aren't running Nimble, even on +1, you're going to outspeed Zulong, which is the quickest in the game. So you outspeed everything in the game if you can swap into something that is going to use an electric type move. So for that situation, I would recommend Smart just to hit as hard as possible. So all in that, for the item, again, Fire Essence or Electric Essence, I would recommend. It's up to you, really. You could run the Power Curse, which uses more energy. Also, you don't really need to worry about the energy deficiency if you're in the normal form, because you can just regain energy on 5-type moves. But for the moves, also, its hardest hitting move is Fire Breath, so there's that. Its best electrical move, or electric move, is actually its signature move, Electro Burst, which has the chance to paralyze or burn. It's called an electrical burn, but it's just a normal burn. It's just like fancy wording for like the text, I guess, that T-Redden put in. Other than that, you could run Dodge. Dodge is always nice to run on stuff. But you could run Power Focus to raise its both of its stats, obviously, +1 special or range attack and 1 melee attack. And for the final move, there's actually like 3 moves that you can technically run. You could run Thunder Chomp or Blaze Chomp. They're both physical moves. One's also the electric, one's also the fire one, for physical damage in case something like completely walls you right now, which not The only thing that you really need to use melee on against, I found, is like mainly gas stroke, but fire breath still takes it down really easily. The only other thing I can really think of is Obsidian, but it's gonna, don't use this thing against Obsidian. You can't KO Obsidian with the legendary, believe me, I've looked it up. The other move that you could run on the final move slot is actually Thunder Crash. Now this one is a stronger physical melee move. It's actually 90 base power. I can actually have a quick look at what else it has for it. Where is it? Okay, there it is. So basically kind of like a wild charge from Pokemon. 90 power, 100% accuracy, 38 energy cost, so on the lower sides. But it has recall damage, so it hits really hard and it just has some recall damage. Again, you could run Thunder Chomp or Blaze Chomp if you really wanted to. They're low damage output, but obviously if you are boosting, that might be the better choice and they're not taking recall damage, and those moves have the chance to paralyze or burn, respectively. So again, it's up to you, but that is how I would run Ikuzane as well. But that's basically it. I think the one that I'm probably going to use quite a lot is actually going to be Revenine. I feel like it'll be pretty interesting to see people use that. I feel like right now that's probably the most usable one in this update. Again, the legendary is pretty cool, but it's pretty slow. Even if it can nuke things, there's quite a lot in the game that actually resists it. So again, it'll be interesting. It is definitely usable, but again, it's gonna be kind of weird to like use on teams if you don't know how to use it. So again, if someone actually has a secret ability one, that would probably be like the go-to, but again, it is super rare, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that off there. Hope you guys enjoyed. It is a longer video, so I actually wanted to make it short, but oof. But that's how I would use the new free Loomians in the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.